Eight stats and facts to know for the Rams versus Colts in week 4. This is a read and react video from an article on the Rams Wire by Cameron De Silva, friend of the show. Uh, Appreciate all the hard work that Cameron does. And yes, I have not read these yet. I'm going to go through the stats one by one and react to them, maybe add a snarky comment here and there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, link to this article will be in the description if you want to go read it for yourself, which I strongly encourage you to do. So we're going to go to the first stat here. Okay. Colts have the fewest punts to start the season since 1940. Oh, the Colts could have made punter Rigoberto Sanchez, apologize for messing up that name, a healthy scratch in the first 3 games because he's only punted one time this season. The Colts' one punt through 3 games is the fewest by a team to start a season since 1940, showing just how efficient this offense has been thus far. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive. I I've been definitely invested in the Colts. Shout out Jared if you're watching. One of my best friends. He's a huge Colts fan, and I'm happy for Colts fans because like you think back even like a month ago, like people were calling for Shane Steichen's job. They were unhappy that you know Daniel Jones was being named the starter, but here they are. They're 3-0. They've won 3 NFL games to start the season. They're one of the hottest teams in football right now, and their offensive efficiency has definitely been one of the driving forces that got them there. So yeah, if the Rams are going to beat the Colts, you're going to have to punt them in the face. Well, maybe that's the wrong word. Anyway, you know what I mean. All right, next stat or fact. Rams have worst pass blocking grade in the NFL. Colts are second. Oh. According to Pro Football Focus, the Rams' pass protection has been the worst in the NFL. No. That, come on. They have a grade of 37.4 in that department so far this season, lower than every other team. The Colts, meanwhile, have the second highest pass blocking grade at 71.6. The Broncos are miles ahead of everyone else with a grade of 79.3, but the Colts are the next closest team. Okay, wait, hold up. That surprises me. Yes, Stafford has at times not had the best protection, but when I think about this, look at there's context to these PFF grades, right? That's being missed here. Who have the Rams' opponents been? The Eagles, one of the best D lines in football. The Titans, which like their D line is like one of the strengths of their team, and the Texans, also a very competent and formidable D line. So, and who have the Colts faced? They faced the Dolphins, not known for like best D line ever. Okay, the Titans, shared opponent, and the Broncos. But still, I would say there's context to that. And with missing Steve Avila a little bit there, okay, that surprises me. I didn't see that coming. Okay. All right, next. Rams are tied for NFL lead with 12 sacks. That is not a surprise. As expected, the Rams have had one of the best pass rushers in football. They have 12 sacks in just 3 games, which is tied with the Broncos for the most in the NFL. Their 93 sack yards are the most of any team with an 11.5 sack rate that ranks third in football. So this is actually interesting because you could make the argument the Rams have left a lot of sacks on the field. There's been a couple times they've been really close and they just didn't quite get there. So I expect this Rams pass rush to be even more lethal as the season goes on. And Rams showcase this week with Sheriff Joe Bags, he did a great job highlighting not just the guys, the studs that the Rams already have in Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, Byron Young, Jared Verse, but also like guys like Josiah Stewart coming in as a rookie and really contributing to this. So yeah, that's exciting, and I'm excited to see this Rams pass rush continue to develop as the season goes on. And definitely when they're facing the Colts, they're going to need to get after Daniel Jones. Colts have the fourth worst pass rush win rate. Okay, so that's like the opposite of the Rams. The Rams pass rush is outstanding, but the same can't be said about the Colts. Well, maybe this means Stafford will have more time in the pocket for once. In fact, they have one of the lowest pressure rates and pass rush win rates in the league. According to Pro Football Reference, the Colts' 15.9 pressure rate is the fifth worst of any team. Okay. And ESPN has the Colts with a pass rush win rate of only 25%, which is the 29th in the league or fourth worst. Matthew Stafford should have time to find open receivers without dealing with too much pressure in the pocket. Ooh, I like that. Let Puka go for a stroll and Devontae driving down the field. Maybe get Tutu Atwell involved or a tight end, some kind, maybe Jordan Whittington. But yeah, okay, that's cool. That bodes well for the Rams offense. Teams are just 2 for 5 on field goals against Colts. Well, the Rams came off a pretty rough game when it comes to field goals, but let's see here. Teams have not had much success kicking field goals against the Colts. Opponents are only 2 for 5 on field goal attempts when facing the Colts this season. Wow, with one of those being a block, being one of those kicks being blocked. Will Lutz of the Bronco. Yeah, this was a big because otherwise the Colts lose that game. But yeah, he okay. That's interesting. While Joey Sly missed a 64-yarder last week before having a 62-yard attempt blocked, so really teams have only missed one reasonable attempt against the Colts this season. Okay, that's good context. Thanks, Cameron. But with the Rams coming off of a game where the 2 field goals were blocked, they must be on high alert because the Colts will be looking to get their hands on each of those kicks. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Good to know. All right, next stat here. Colts have worst red zone defense in NFL. Oh, seventh worst offense. Oh, interesting. The Rams ranked 23rd in the league with a red zone touchdown rate of just 46.2, and it should be higher, really. Showing how badly they've struggled when getting inside the 20. They could improve that number this week when they face the worst red zone defense in football. Okay, I like that. The Colts have allowed 6 red zone trips by their opponents, and on all 6 drives, they've scored touchdowns. They're the only team in the NFL to allow 100% touchdown rate in the red zone this season. Well, okay, this is that's a juicy stat. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go. And the Rams red zone again, it's struggled at times this year, and especially against the Eagles, kind of stalled out in the second half and even in the first half, settling for field goals. So if there ever was a game for the Rams red zone offense to wake up, this would be the one apparently. Good to know. Next stat. Rams own best starting field position differential of any team. Oh, Rams offensive possessions start at their own 35.1 yard line on average. That's fantastic. The best starting field position of any team. They've been equally good at pinning opponents deep, ranking second in the NFL with an average starting position allowed of the 25.2 yard line. That means on average the Rams have a 10 yards better of starting field position, the best in the league. The Colts have the third worst average starting field position at 33.8 in football. And a large part of that is because Joshua Carty has just gotten so good at the kind of new kickoff technique. Some people have called it a dirty ball or a knuckleball. It's squib kick, whatever you want to call it. Carty is doing a great job. I'm happy to name it the Carty Party kick, the Carty kick. Yeah, that fits. The card. Oh, look at that Carty kick. Okay, I'm going with that. But yeah, the Carty kick is working. It's working for him. That's for sure. Can we make that a thing? Comment below. The Carty kick. Next stat. Matthew Stafford averages more yards per game versus the Colts than all but 2 opponents. Oh, interesting. Stafford has faced the Colts 5 times in his career, going 3-2 in those games. He averages 317.2 passing yards per game against Indianapolis, which is the third best mark he has against another team. The only teams he has averages more yards against are the Lions and the Steelers. Oh, interesting, interesting. Well, that is 8 stats. Thank you, Cameron, for that great article on the Rams Wire. Again, you can read the full article in the description below. And in general, my thoughts going into this game is I think it's going to be a good game. One of the best games here, in week 4. You got the Rams coming off of a heartbreaking loss in the Eagles, but a team that is full of character and grit and resilience, ready to make a statement, ready to rebound off of a tough loss like that. And I think that the Colts are a team that are really hot right now. They have a lot of momentum going into this game of their own. So I think this could be one of those games that's a little higher scoring than what people think it might be. Could be both teams kind of go over 30 in this game. I could see that being a very real situation. My biggest concern definitely is this Colts offense. If they can continue to convert on third down, continue to be efficient, and continue to just, have Daniel Jones kind of pick apart defenses, that would be my concern here. I think though that the Rams this do match up well with this Colts team. Historically, the past number of years, dating back to like 2013 with Tavon Austin, the Rams have had the Colts number, and that's through many different incarnations, different player and personnel. The Rams have been able to find ways to win, and I think back to Puka Nacua getting his first career touchdown in overtime the last time the Rams and Colts played. So I'm excited for this game. I'll be hosting a watch party, of course, so would love to see you all there. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. You can catch me on Friday night with Rams House. We'll be doing our Friday show as we kind of preview and talk about this game and just talk about everything Rams. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Shout out, Porter.